Yeah? Yeah. Denizens of the grid, welcome back to another round of Deckers. I have played so many rounds now. At least I've done 10, 12, 15 rounds, maybe? No, quite a few. But I'm trying today for something I haven't done before, and I would love to share it with all of you. And apologize for this new camera angle I'm trying out, so if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I've decided that I've beaten Glom and Spider a bunch. I've beaten Alpha Moby, but I've never attempted the Sentinel, who is a uh, 2 steps up in difficulty and double a game length. So today we're going to be going after the Sentinel. So what makes Sentinel special? Well, first, right off the bat, 2-2-1. So instead of having one first tier objective and one second tier objective, we'll have two. Now remember, by and large, though not guaranteed, copper objectives tend to give you some benefit. Silver objectives tend to not punish you if you succeed. And gold objectives tend to be very difficult to do. Sentinel's special rule is that you cannot fail any of them. So there's no tactical surrender. You have to go all in and win. It looks as though double sparks open yellow, double sparks open red, single sparks open pink. That's not actually that bad an opener. It's bad, but not that bad. During spawn steps, always spawn on the rolled space of the current server. So it's locked to the server that you're on, and it will single spark, double spark you, and it'll be a random space, so it could hit anywhere. And SMC attack step is non-random. You evenly remove reds and sparks. Huh. So I can't leave 3 reds behind to fight a guardian passively. Guardians have to be actively killed. This feels kind of like hard mode, but classic gameplay, as opposed to trying to break all the rules. He's ramping up his attack, we have to ramp up our offense. So that's Sentinel. Clearly red and yellow we're encouraged to make meaningful servers out of because he's starting there with sparks. And it looks like he's punishing open spaces, so maybe not give him too many open spaces to work with would be beneficial. But beyond that, nothing, so it'll really come down to objectives, and we can't afford to fail any of those objectives. So I'm going to whip out my objective die and roll 1 through 12. 1 through 12, I'm getting 11 and 3 for my bronze objectives, or copper objectives. So let's get those going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Was it 3? 1, 2, 3. All right, we've got our copper objectives. Misdirect. Can you see those? Can you not see those on camera at all? You can see them, but you can't read them. Okay, I will have to readjust. Misdirection and a 404 not found. All right, so let's get them nice and close. Misdirection. Have at least one yellow on space 6 of 2 servers if I'm playing single player. And I get a red fighting station off of it. Have at least one yellow on space 6 of 2 servers. That shouldn't be impossible. Next, during the command phase, at any time a spark would enter 6, it enters 4. Space 4 of each Decker's home server must be clear of everything. Reward, get a green program. Okay, so it's a very mild level of build-up in terms of helping me, but it's not nothing. So let's see what the next phase is. 12 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 10. Ooh, wow, I've never seen that one. It's going to be interesting. Let's start with access shutdown. Have at least one red on each Decker's entry space. I mean, am I on glue? That seems really easy. During each end of turn step, remove red from anywhere on the network. If there are none to remove, place 2 sparks. Oh boy, that's why it's hard. It's very aggressively purging reds. Now, I will have a red installation set up because I will have had to win this. So I'll basically make 3 red sparks and that'll cover 1, 2, 3 turns for anywhere on the network. So this should not be too difficult. And the penalty is that I get sparked on my entryway. So this is very tenable. Next, reduct or reboot. The sum of the numbers of all spaces that contain a program of the matching color must equal the what? Okay, I've got to read this again. The sum of the number of all spaces that contain at least one program of the matching color must equal the following. 18, 25, 32, 39. So 18 for me. So for example, space 3 and 5 on red both contain red. Space 2 on yellow contains 2 yellow. Okay. So it's not greater than or equal to, unfortunately. It's equal exactly. I have to get to 18. So if I have a red program on 6, 5, and 4, that's equal to 15. And then a green program on green 3 will get me the rest of the way. And it has to be exactly equal. And success does what to me? Spark everywhere on my home server that doesn't have a program. So I'm highly encouraged to do all of this on my home server, specifically my home server, not my active server. So if hypothetically I'm playing red, I build a red station off of this, I clear this up, I make sure to have red programs on my entryway, and then in phase 4 I go, or cycle 4 I go 6, 5, 4, I can't math, hang on. Can I get there? 6, 5, and 4 is 14, 3, and 1 with red programs. I distribute red programs liberally to make sure it adds up to 18, or maybe, throw a pittance of a red somewhere else. That could work. The alternative plan would be to go green and do something similar with green, but this dovetails very nicely into being a red machine. Well, it all comes down to what the final objective is, so let's find out. 15 is too big. 18 is too big. 11. This die rolls very well. It should be a D&D dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, this is going to be bad. Each avatar must be on a space with a red or green installation. During each start of turn step, the active decker sparks space 1 on pink. Each time the active decker ends a move action on a server other than their home, instantly drop 3 sparks, which will Guardian. So, thinking logically, I'm going to have no problem making a big, powerful home base with this setup, because I'm going to spend more turns than usual there fighting for it. But after that is done, I'm going to need to somehow manage pink 1. And pink 1 is going to keep getting bigger and bigger until... And once we enter phase 5, I cannot leave my home base. So pink 5 needs to be adjacent to red so that I can EMP bomb it, or push sparks out of it towards me, or something to keep it going. Or I can just be Monty Quantum and do whatever I like. I think Monty Quantum is pretty much always going to be my favorite / best pick. Get a couple yellows down, clear space 4, go red, go green and red, and then fight until survive. This is doable. But I feel like the better actual choice here is red. I feel like red is naturally inclined to do the things it has to do for silver 2, 1, silver 2, and gold phase. I'm leaning towards green or red, Monty Quantum, because this distributed defense is so much easier if you can act outside of your home. But We'll see. How are we doing? Okay, good, good, good. Well, we can put away the objective deck now, and we can start looking into our server setup. So let's put away this boss box. I will keep out the sequence of play card because I often need to quickly double check it. Our top guesstimates for where we're going are one of these fellows. We need to roll randomly for servers, so let's get out the dice cannon. We've got a pink, then we got red, pink and red, pink, red, and blue, pink, red, blue, pink, red, blue, pink, red, blue, green, and then of course yellow. Pink, red, blue, green, and yellow. So let's get that set up. Pink, red, blue, green, and yellow. And I'll give myself a reminder here in case I have to spend a long time planning this. Green, yellow. So what are our goals? Our goals are to make red the most offensively minded server, period. So we're going to have to come, no matter what we do, it's going to be huge. Open spaces are penalized, so closed spaces are preferred, and closed spaces are not penalized by anything that this build is doing, so maximizing that seems to be useful. Yellow starts off sparked, so having access to it would be beneficial. Red and pink also start off sparked. Alright, we've just randomed into this configuration. I don't like this if I'm playing green. Red, it's very hard to get access all the way here. Pink 5 or pink 1? Which one gets the sparks? Pink 1 gets the sparks. So pink 1 being adjacent to home server is actually required. So it's pink red. And this is one possible way to make it adjacent, right? Pink 1 sparks and I keep pushing it to me. Another way to do it would be to plan long term for me to be green and then do this or something similar. And if this is the situation, I would love this to be the situation. So pink first, then red would have to come out somewhere, then blue, green, and yellow. This would be a legal configuration, but it keeps red very far away from my home, and it keeps my home disconnected from everything. Why do I keep thinking red is so important? Because in phase 4, in phase 4, I'm going to need to distribute programs. But you know what? By the time I hit 12 plays, I should be able to have a green on each of these squares. Like, by all rights, I should be able to pull that off. So maybe that's not as big a deal as I think it is. Maybe. Pink, red, blue later. This one is the crux of it all. This has to be next to whatever servers are being given weight. There's no way to plug this guy into this guy, which would be the ideal place for him. Because I really do want to also minimize openness. This is pink, red, blue not accounted for, so blue, green, and then yellow. Oh, if you're going to go that way, then there's a lot of open spaces here, honestly. Too many open spaces in this configuration. Like the only closed spaces at all are like this little strip. That's the downside. The plus side is that it puts one in contact with red and green. Pink, red, blue, green, yellow. And just a thought. Downsides is that blue is a complete orphan server that I'll never be able to help or get to. But if I'm Monty Quantum, maybe I can solve that. Upside is pink 1 is adjacent to red and green, and I'm adjacent to the threatened territories. Sort of. I need to get yellows on here and here as my win con for phase 1. That's super doable. On each open space, double spark. Oh man, that is really bad. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 sparks. 11, 12, 13, 14. No, one has to be adjacent to green. That's the whole... Or red, whichever one I go with. I know it feels like I'm taking a long time on this, but whatever setup I use basically dictates how the entire game runs, so it's kind of important to get this right. Pink, red, blue, green, yellow. I wish I hadn't rolled so poorly. Pink, red, blue. No, this is not going to work. Pink, red, blue, green. That leaves yellow at large. Pink, red, blue, green. Yellow like this, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. That's just unacceptable. Completely different approach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 sparks. 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's worry less about opening sparks and worry more about grid arrangement. Let's make the rash presumption that I will be able to solve the spark problem. If I make that presumption, then the biggest thing for me is to keep red near green, near pink. Red grid is going to be the coolest place to put down a red builder and get the points that I need in phase 4. So this is pink, red, blue, green, and then yellow. Nope, the one is stranded, can't do that. Okay, pink, red, blue, green. Still stranded, can't do that. Pink, red, blue, green, yellow? Yeah, if only covering a yellow here. You know, a thought occurs. Being adjacent only matters if I don't get a quantum station down, which I probably will. Pink, red, blue, green, yellow. This might be the worst of them all. If I ever do post this video, I'm going to have to bookmark the right spots here so y'all can skip this if you're not interested. It's fun for me because I'm the one doing the building, but I have to imagine it's not the most riveting content. I love that the game makes you think this hard during setup. It's kind of one of my favorite things, that setup is not just a given in this game. It's part of the game. Like an actual challenging part of the game. Pink, red, blue somewhere. Blue here maybe. Green, yellow. Alright, we're going in circles, so let's bring it back together. The goal is to have one touching one and at least a few close tiles between yellow and red. And it doesn't matter where yellow and red are as long as they're in relative proximity to green. So pink, red, blue, green, and yellow, right? So pink, red, blue, green, and yellow. Doesn't fit on any of these. Pink, red, blue, green, yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 closed tiles, adjacency to 1, slightly farther than I'd like to reach red, but not untenably so. And if I want to put a yellow on 6 or a red on 6, all it takes is ghosting 1, 2, 3, or ghosting 1, 2 to kind of sort of get those extra points. And at this point, I've thought about it too much, so I have to just go for it. Clearly I'm thinking of being Monty Quantum, so let's just commit to him now. The day to play someone else will be when I'm not for the first time challenging a much harder boss than I'm used to. Alright, we kind of got there eventually. Let's dig out the stuff box to put everything back into. Here. So long, Deckers. I don't need my ghosting chip because anytime I ghost in action, it's short-lived enough that I tend to figure it out pretty easily. We'll close that up and get that put away. We do still technically have to place our starting blue program, so there's still some decisions to be made here, but that's neither here nor there. Let's slide this under the table so I don't lose it. Perfect. Then we'll get the sparks done. Is it 2 per open? Jesus. You know, what occurs to me is, I wasn't thinking about it, but I need to be very careful not to ever spark this server. I'm pretty sure Sentinel's very nature is that he only targets the server you're on. So as long as I never step foot in yellow, I don't have to worry about it. But otherwise, this is a explosion guardian waiting to happen. And it looks like this whole game will be no white sparks, so I don't have to worry about capture logic just yet either. But I do have to worry about my overall spark count being low. I'm going to organize these so that you guys can see them a bit more visibly. But this is 5, 5. I'll just scrunch those to the side. And what? It looks like we have 11 sparks left at the start of the game. Does that sound correct? 15 and 10, 25. Yep, that sounds correct. We'll start with the green in our space, and we'll start with 5 minus 1 is 4 blue programs to be spread as we wish. Bearing in mind that our first objective is to put a yellow on space 6 on 2 servers. So I could theoretically do this and then have a ready to go game plan for how I will accomplish it. I could also do this and, plan to fight this guy, but I have no idea if I'm even going to draw anything fight-worthy early on. I could also just build a teleporter, like off the bat, and then use that to drop a yellow eventually. I'm kind of leaning towards this setup, to be honest. I'm a big fan of stay where I am and do stuff. And this is 0 moves to get there. Or if I'm ghosting, ghost the teleporter and go anywhere with my ghost teleporter once I start ghosting. This might actually be my preference. Yeah, I don't know if this is correct, but this might be my preference. Okay. Give me one quick moment. I'm going to step away and double check the video, make sure that this is not broken already, and then we will get ready to shuffle up the market. Okay, it looks like just because of the camera angle, you guys have a way better visibility over this space. So I'm going to move my deck here so that it's more easy to see what's going on here. We'll move the sequence of play up. We'll put my burn pile over here. We'll put the sequence of play out of reach since it's not as important. We'll cover up objectives that we haven't gotten to yet, not because they're not known to us, but because I don't want them to be distractors. And get ready to fight the Sentinel. Alright, and then let's move the board a little bit more centrally and up. Build the market. And that's how the game got started. Good luck, have fun, Sentinel. Here we go. 5 phases. 15 cards per cycle. 75 card plays. You know what's going to happen is we're going to hit a point where we can't upgrade very rapidly because when I buy stuff it just swaps with the market and the market freezes somewhere around cycle 4. Since by cycle 3 I tend to have swapped 12 cards already, 10 to 12 cards already. So I'm going to have to factor that into my playing, I think. Alright, where is it most visible if I were to set up the market? You know what I could do? I'm going to do this if it works. I'm going to try and set up the market here. Little unorthodox location, but can you guys see that better? No, you're getting a little bit of glare if I do, but it's better than all the way up top where you can't see it at all. And I, for my part, will lay out my hand over here, and we'll go that way. You can try that. You can try that. Also, is this light helping or hurting? Yeah, I think it's helping. All right. Good luck, have fun. Let's go. Monty Quantum starts the day. Beginning Intel phase complete. Command, resolve start of turn. Effects, there are none. Spawn new sparks. We do not roll for server, merely for space. And we are sparking square one. This is interesting. In 3 rounds of sparking, he's not going to be able to make a single guard. He, at best, will make a single guardian if I stay here. Does he do anything else special? Just the SMC attack step does cool things, and that's it. That's the only thing. All right. First hand. Very nice. Very, very nice. Looking at the market. Double my symbols, digital tattoo, adrenaline surge, and get lots of viri. All of these are tempting. I think off the bat, my inclination is to pick up the adrenaline surge directly, and then use the adrenaline surge to make yeah, let's do this. So remove from game focus. Remember, our goal this round is to make a yellow program and put it on 6, and make another yellow program and put it on my starting space. So we actually can't afford to get too sidetracked and miss the objective. 6 on 2 servers, right? Yeah. Mm, See, like, I want to buy that. Sorry, I want to buy that, but thinking logically, how am I ever going to get enough yellow to make 2 yellow programs? I've got the wild yellow and the double yellow still coming in my deck. Double yellow plus a wild is enough to make 1 yellow program. And I'll have to take it on faith I can get the other one for now. It's a reasonable plan. Let's go ahead and create the green program, which, thanks to my adrenaline surge, will actually count as a double green program. Right in my space. Okay. And then we'll do we buy the viral splash or don't we? So what I'm thinking is if I buy a Viral Splash right now, I can put 3 reds into play quickly, which feels very good. But I technically can wait for that till next turn if I'm interested. In the meantime, I could build a blue teleporter right now. That would be another play. I could use any 3 of these to buy the digital tattoo. I hate this, but I think this might be a time to play to my outs. If I play this as movement, pick these 2 up and go 1-2, I've built a bridge, and then I can run back. No teleporter. If I do that, 0 movement gets me everything I need. Active Decker server gets randomed, correct? So I don't ever want to set foot on yellow as my active server. Or is it my active or is it the Active Decker's home server? Current server. Yeah. So I don't want to end my turn on yellow until I'm comfortable dealing with that threat. And I won't be comfortable dealing with that threat for a while. Excuse me. Build teleporter, buy the viral splash, don't use it. Next turn, if I get the double yellow or the yellow wild, I can use it plus the viral splash to make the first yellow program I need. But last turn, am I going to be stuck? No, I'll use whatever wilds it takes to make the last yellow program, distribute them, and that's how I'll win. So the play becomes spend both of these, remove this one from game, because long term I don't need yellow after this phase most likely. But I will buy this. Spend... Do I want to spend all of these on a wild to buy this to in turn make my ghosting station first? That does sound tempting, but ultimately I think that would be incorrect. I think I'm better served. What does a ghosting station let me do? It lets me use Viral Splash without having to put things on my personal space. It lets me spread red all around so that I can start fighting more sparks. The alternative would be... Did I not spend this red already? Yeah, I did. I spent red yellow to buy the Viral Splash, so I don't actually have this red. Well, that makes it easier. Go ahead and upgrade to a teleporter and end turn. First turn done. We have made not really a lot of progress to our goal, but we've set ourselves up to make progress next turn. We're going to inevitably need to refresh the market. Nice. Less nice. Spark on 6, which is the one spot I really didn't want one. And then deal out the cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Immediately gonna purge this to buy this, because it's a direct upgrade. I'm gonna think later. Remove a spark from your space is tempting, but I absolutely need to make a yellow this turn, and I need to make a yellow next turn. Next turn I will have a double yellow, because I haven't drawn it yet. So as long as I have a wild left, I should be okay. And I'm pretty sure I have some wilds left. Let's review my played cards. I have 1 played wild, 2, 3. So I'm going to have at least 1 more coming, hopefully. So that's fine. With Digital Tattoo, I could buy the double red straight up instead of going for the ginger cool. And I actually kind of like that idea. Removing a spark feels very strong right now. What's the next phase? Each decker's home should be clear of all on space 4. So we're already there if we can just maintain this board. Alright, focus. This is going to be sacrificed to making a yellow. This would be as well, potentially. Or this. Either or. So yeah, so we're going to buy with the digital tattoo. Do we want to buy this with the digital tattoo and just have the X in my deck? Because then this becomes a yellow already made, right? And then make another blue. I could make a red. Stick with the plan, man. You had a good plan. Alright, execute. Remove one spark from your space or an adjacent. Done. Need to be careful. My purge pile should not cross over with my discard pile. Remove this spark right now. So we are back to even. Then we can make the yellow spark, carry it over here, and drop it off. Or we can walk over to here with all my stuff. Build the green installation. If I use one blue to teleport all the way to here, and one green to upgrade it into a ghosting station, now I can ghost my actions to here or to anywhere within yellow. But I am way behind on building a ghosting station back on green in this case. But I don't have to build a ghosting station on green anytime soon. I do have to not end my turn inside of blue. That's pretty critical. Let's talk it through again. Teleport, bring everything here for 0, come here for 1, drop it off, then use a wild card to get a green station down, use all of these symbols to make a yellow on space 6, and then I have no means of escape, and I have to roll and hope to God it doesn't hit a 2, a 3, or a 4. That just does not sound like a sound plan. What's the alternative? Build a yellow now, and because all of my movement is gone. I have 2 blue, blue and 1, and blue here, and that's all my movement. I could pre-build the yellow, pay 3, teleport with the yellow, drop it off, that's 0, walk back, that's 1, walk back, that's 2, walk back, that's 3. Can I? Ooh, wait a minute. I'm Monty. I can ghost my action without having a green, right? To any space in the entire network that has any. Okay, so if I ghost my action to this space, play this, and do this, and then ghost Ooh, oh, it's even better. It's even better. I can make the yellow, ghost my action to here for 0, and that's a card. Come back to me. Um, keep this in reserve, and try and build my green station some other time. Or I can put the yellow and the green station there. I keep talking as though being able to aggressively manage yellow is important. The truth is, once I kill those few sparks that are there, yellow doesn't matter at all. Each decker's entry space, a yellow on space 6 of 2 servers, adds up to points based on where you keep things. Pink 1. This is the spot, or this is the server that needs to have ghosting power, nowhere else. So, with that knowledge, what I should be doing is walking over here for 2, building the ghosting station there, after I've secured the win with yellow. I'm going to be drawing a double yellow, and I have to spend my other wild card to finish the mission. And I'm pretty sure the mission rewards me with a battle station, so yeah, that's going to pay off. And yellow is going to glom. Oh crap, yellow is going to glom up if I win. So it'd be nice to not have those be there if at all possible. I don't think that's possible. We're going to have to accept that 2 goes to 3, makes a guardian, 2 goes to 3 again, explodes, turns 4 into a guardian. That's catastrophic. We can't let that happen. Oh my god, this game is so hard. We have a whole new challenge to deal with. Okay, rewind everything, forget ghosting. How do we not lose to that exact contingency that I just mentioned? In the SMC attack phase, we don't have to roll attacks, correct? We just mutually pair down. So if I burn a viral splash, do bonk, 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 these will all be debulked to 1, and we will glom to 2, and that's it. That's a safe bet. That's a safe bet. So what does that look like? Starting from the beginning. It means that what we want to do now is make a ghosting station, ghost the viral splash there. Can't do all of that, we don't have enough time. Out of curiosity, are any other sparks moving? Green's gonna go up, but otherwise we should be okay. So if I move to 4, and then viral splash, all 3 of these, putting a double over here, and then make a single yellow, or we'll do that first over here, and then that's it, I guess. This is going to be so tight. I don't know if I'm even going to win it, but it's very much worth trying, because these explosions will cost me the game. There's no question about it. So let's do it. Here goes, all or nothing. First, move. Carrying all of these with me to here. That was a bad call. That's a bad call, because the sparks are going to be in this space. Yeah, unless I'm committing to removing the sparks somehow, which I'm not, so. If I do this, and then I do this. Ooh, what if I did this? Move 2, make a ghosting station, And then I do my throw reds around strategy. But then I'm even more... You know what? These are all known. So I'm going to look at what these are because I should know what my starting hand is. I have double yellow. I have enough material here to make 1.5-ish yellow sparks, maybe. This buys the digital tattoo, which in turn buys the ginger cool, which gets me an actual wild I can use. This plus a wild is a yellow spark, and all of this is a yellow spark. So yes, I have enough that if I make 0 yellow sparks now, I still don't lose the game. If that's relevant. Then we're gonna do it. We're gonna build out this turn. So we were here. We're gonna use the single move to activate a teleportation to teleport over here. This is where all the red sparks will keep coming until they make a guardian. Is that what I want? 2 sparks per turn on this space? Or would I rather put it on 6? Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Next, God, I don't want to use my only mobility on this. Wild card, upgrade to a battle station. Hmm. Ghosting my action to 6. If it gloms down or gloms up to a guardian, I'll just have to tolerate it at this point. I can't beat everything. But the ghosting here is to do this and this. And I think that's very necessary. Then I think we have to run away from here. I think we move out, actually. Move back to here. And that's the turn. And pray to God I didn't math wrong because... Oh my god. Why do you put them on the worst squares? Because this is it. If I can't make 2 yellows and put them where they belong, the game already is over because of the Sentinel rule. So start off with the plan. Buy the digital tattoo right away. Spend the digital tattoo for the ginger cool. I have 3 wilds and a double yellow here. Get rid of this to buy the cool stuff. I can make a yellow spark. But can I move it? Forgot about that part, didn't I? I can make a yellow spark here. I can make a yellow spark here somehow. There is some combination of moves that makes a yellow spark here. Can make a yellow spark here. This is 1, 2, 3. Can make a yellow spark here, but double red does not get me any movement. It needs 1 more symbol. Okay. This is the movement symbol to redistribute. Now what can I do? I can discard this card to multiply a different card, but there's none that's going to get me over the hump. This can make a yellow. All of these put together. Right? Red, red. That's 1 wild. 2 wilds. No, we're a penny short. We're a penny short. This discarded can double this plus this would get, or double this, sorry. 2 wilds and a singleton. Plus 1 more gets you all the way there. But then you're at the same problem. I can make the wilds, but I can't distribute them. I can retcon my last turn. No, I can't. See, what I was thinking is if I was here or here, I could ghost the creation to a different place. I can ghost the creation to here from there, but I can't get it to 6. Have at least 1 yellow on space 6 of any 2 servers. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. I got greedy is what I got. I mathed that I could make the 2 yellows. I didn't math that I couldn't walk with them. I think that's it. If we undo this, does that make any difference? No, it doesn't. Because the issue is still not being able to make enough yellow and move. It's like 1 yellow. Oh, hello. No, that does work. Well, hell, that's what we're doing. Alright, reroll. Spark, the actual server I'm on, is 5. And it still probably isn't great, but it will at least make this workable. So, same purchases that we made before gets us to here. This would essentially have been discarded at the end of last turn, the way I'm playing it. Which, not great, but whatever. It's that's the price I'm paying for not having figured this out sooner. We've got 1, 2, 3. Wait, do we still not have it? Could have sworn we had it. Yeah. Yellow plus anything will get us there. So this is a sufficient amount to make a yellow program. And we will ghost the creation of this one to here. Because it's an installation, so I can do that. And then 1, 2 wild cards plus any 3 symbols can add it to a wild card. So we'll... Actually, what we'll do is we'll pay this, out of game, to buy this, and then use this to get this. And then I'm going to use the... Don't get greedy again. How am I making the yellow and how am I moving with the yellow? This is not enough. So I can't use the execute no matter how aggressive I want to be. Can I? Double push? 2 symbols? Nope. Still short no matter what. So, alright. All of that to make, all of that to make a yellow. And ghost my action to carry the yellow to here. And that's the turn. It's not a great turn, but we did not lose the game, and that is sometimes worth something. Any 2 servers, check. Place a red anywhere on the network, and then spark everything. Checking ahead what that's going to look like. Oh, wait, we didn't do the SMC attack phase, sorry. SMC attack phase for the Sentinel is not rolled, it is merely mutually assured destruction. So there you go. Now we check the win condition. 2 servers 6-6, we're good. Now we're going to get a free red, which I will totally take. But after that, yellow is going to go up, no glom. Red is going to go down, glom into a thingy-mabob. Green's going to go up, no harm done. Pink is going to go down into 2 adjacent guardians. Wow. We're going to start the turn with 2 adjacent guardians, and we're going to spark server 5 with no ginger cool. So we could lose the game instantly. And we have no offense. So really what I'm going to do is... Sorry, I gotta math it again. This is not going to glom. This is going to glom over here. This is not going to glom up, and this is going to glom and spark. Oh, we've already lost. See, first it's going to make a guardian, then it's going to do another one, which is going to make that explode. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I'll play it out so that you guys can see, but we've actually lost the game. So yellow goes up, check. Red goes down, so that's a guardian, right? But red has another one to go down with, so that's a spark explosion. Which in turn is a guardian formation. Okay, then pink goes. Pink goes down from 6 to 5, which is a spark explosion. Triggering a spark explosion. See where this is going, right? Triggering a guardian formation. And a spark explosion, which in turn triggers a guardian formation. And a guardian formation. Incidentally, we've already lost, by the way. And a spark explosion, which triggers an infinite number of spark explosion ripples until the entire network is locked out. GG, game over on spark rotation. Wow. On the one hand, I'm not going to pretend I'm not disappointed. This is the first time I've lost Deckers, and it was extremely, extremely direct loss. On the other hand, I kind of like this. By all rights, this was not too hard a mission. I set up a good board. I vastly underestimated the danger of the clumps of two that were sitting on the sides, and what would happen when they rotated. In my head, they'll just become a guardian, that's it. Looking back, I did a good job stopping yellow. It would have been equally easy to distribute one red here, and one red here, just to disrupt the doubles, basically. Then they would have glommed into a single guardian there, maybe, and I would have had a breathing room to deal with. Also, if I had made the decision to do that plan sooner, I could have executed on it much more smoothly. I don't feel like I played to the out of making yellow nearly aggressively enough. That's why I was caught throwing everything away just to make a yellow in the end, which cost me a lot of efficiency. Definitely room for improvement, but yeah, I'll be back to fight Sentinel again sometime. This was a lot of fun. I don't know what else to say except thank you guys so much for watching. Got kicked out of the out, man. I'll see you guys next time.